So Palantir just reported better than expected earnings, yet the stock still sold off. And guess what? I decided to short it. So check this out. PLTR is down 6.3% after market hours, which in all honesty, based off of its performance for the day being up 8% and losing 6.19%, it's still relatively in the green in comparison to what it closed at on Friday, right? If you look at from its Friday close to where we're at right now, we're still in the green. I mean, Palantir has had an amazing year so far. If we go ahead and pull it up, we can pull it up on the day chart. You can see that it went from lows of $5.84 all the way to highs of $25. I mean, not a bad idea to 5X yourself, right? I did short this. I did make a few bucks. I'm up about $6,800 so far. It is beginning to show signs of a support right around $23.50. But if it does break the support, then again, we have the lows of $22.50. And guess what? I do this every day with my LPP team. I don't necessarily trade every day, but I do go live with them and I share with them everything it is that I do. So I made them aware of PLTR, that it was about to report earnings. I explained to them when I was opening my short how much I opened it with, 3,000 shares, my average purchase price of $25.88. Entry, price target, and then reduced half of my position, covered 1,500 shares, that's half of my position, then covered my entire position. Then I went ahead and I re-entered when PLTR went back and tried to recover. So again, as this thing sold off, I shorted it, making money as it sold off. And then I covered my short and then it sold off even more. Remember, I'm not perfect. But then once it began to recover, I let it recover. And then as it began to test the moving average and show signs of a rejection, we got this nice little sell signal. And once we began to show signs of progress on the downside, I reopened my short position, making money as PLTR lost value. And therefore, as of right now, up a little bit over $7,000. With those 3,000 shares, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was around $75,000 that I was trading with. That's less than 20% of what I normally trade with. You might be asking, Ricky, why are you scared to trade PLTR? I don't want to say that I'm scared. I'm saying that anytime that a company is reporting earnings, it's a riskier time to trade. And especially after market hours where you can only use limit orders, I wanted to do it in a more calculated way. Therefore, I paid attention to my position size. And again, anytime something comes at a greater form of risk, I want to make sure that I respect it with my appropriate position size. And you guys can see right now that as PLTR is selling off, I'm making a few more bucks as this thing continues to sell off. But I wanted to quickly talk about the overall earning reports. If you look at the overall EPS, it came in as expected, but overall revenue exceeded expectation, $634 million versus the expectation of $615 million. So the question everyone is scratching their head and asking, why is PLTR dropping? Well, again, it's had an amazing 2024 and it's been very overbought. And what's one thing that I've said many times in my previous video before? Earnings is normally two parts. The first part is the earning report, right? Exceeding expectation. The second part is guidance. Guidance is often more important than the actual earning report. And its guidance for 2024 was not as great as Wall Street expected. So PLTR shares fell 3% at that given time due to lower than expected guidance. I mean, they have a lot of great things in the works, but guess what? Based off of their performance and where they were currently at and what they actually reported, it seemed like they were overvalued within the short term. So we'll see where PLTR ends up following in the months that follow. But as of right now, this is something that I've noticed very, very often is when a stock has an amazing start to the year and it's up 50, maybe 100%, because that's what this thing is in a very short period of time. And if earnings do not support that overvaluation, then guess what? Then the markets correct themselves, even if they do end up exceeding expectation for earnings, but their guidance doesn't continue to show that continuous growth. And again, I shared with them all of my entries and all of my exits, and I'm going to share with them right now, getting ready to close PLTR short. So just making them aware that even before I do so, I'm going to get ready to actually close a part of my short position. And I'll do this live, I guess not live because I'm uploading this video, but again, you can't buy with a market order during aftermarket hours. So you have to go ahead and select with a limit order, and there we go. I went ahead and I covered 2,500 shares of my short position on PLTR. So we'll have to see, and if this thing continues to sell off, I'll make a few more bucks. If it begins to recover, then I'll just close the rest of my short. But so far on the day, with the day almost being done, up about $11,000 on the day. So very grateful for how today played out. Again, I trade live every single morning. If you ever want to tune on in, every day is not like this. Let me be very open with you guys. But if you're someone like myself that you learn best by watching other people do, you get to see all of my good trades and you get to see all of my bad trades. And that's the beautiful thing about my live trading sessions is that they're raw, they're live, and they're every single morning right at market open. I started doing them back in 2018 and I've been going live every single day as long as I'm not sick or as long as I'm not traveling. With a internet connection, I love working with my LPP team. And if you're a complete beginner and you like the style and the way that I break things down, let me explain to you a few things. I do not trade options. I do not trade penny stocks. I do not trade pump and dumps. I am kind of boring in the way that I trade. I trade mainly blue chip companies, and from time to time, I dabble in random companies like this, but they're not random low value companies. This is still a multi-billion-dollar company, Palantir. I do a lot of shorting as of right now as markets are overbought. And you get to learn all about this within our lesson library. And then we put it together in our daily live trading sessions. So if this is something that you've been looking for and you want to sign up, right now we're running a 50% off sale. You don't have to join, but this is our biggest discount and it's a one-time payment. So if you're ready to sign up, it's the second link in the description down below. And if you sign up today, you can join and then watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow when the market opens. I appreciate your time. I hope that we're under thumbs up. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, especially before signing up. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.